What's up, everybody? Let's get back to it. Let me first play the game. And you know what I'm going to do. First things first is I'm going to add a bunch of coins to this level. That's the one missing piece. So let's go back to our prefabs and add a bunch of gold because actually I'll just duplicate it. I will just duplicate our gold coins. So just control D. You need a bunch of different coins. Don't just need one. Where's the fun in that? Where the hell are my coins at? Okay, right there. So I'll move them around and make our level a lot more fun. I'll just scatter them around the level so that it's a lot more fun to play. Do some jumping. 20 coins maybe. Selected. Did they place everything over here? Might have. Ouch, my eyes burn. I'm staring at screens. Right. Some over here. Number 13. This is level 1. You gotta make it easy. And there has to be a better way to do this also. Instead of doing one individual coin at a time, I got to figure out a way to maybe make a collection of coins as prefabs and then add those bad boys in so that we have a bunch of different coins at the same time. Don't have to go through this painful process, but for now, this should be okay. For one level, maybe, it's not the end of the world. I have a bunch of coins here. Maybe duplicate it. Okay, this is actually an easier way to do it. If you just control D at the last one, and you can just do it like this. This might be too many coins maybe, so but anyway, I'll probably have about 30 for this level. So that it's a lot more fun to play. You need to reward the player. Don't want to just run around an empty, boring level. So, and I keep saying coins. These are oranges, or probably should say like points. And make these, since these are much harder. Make a nice little diamond cluster here. Make a bunch of different weird shapes. And do I want to add more? We're already at 33, so that number should be something like, I don't know, 35, 40, 35 maybe, right? So 35 coins. So it's a lot more fun to just jump around, collect all those coins. Oh no, fell off, but anyway, boring start to the game maybe, or to the video. But this is not an entertainment channel anyway. This is a channel where we learn stuff. Let me just pull up Gemini. All right, Gemini is up and running, and I want to show you guys an edge case that I found. So if you're playing, you hit the trophy and then fall off, you're gonna die. And that's an edge case we need to fix, pun intended. You fall off the edge, you are dead, even though you hit the trophy. So let's fix this part. And then we're gonna move on to maybe the next level. So just noticed an edge case in our game. If we fall off even after hitting the goal or level goal trophy, we die and level restarts. So let's fix this edge case to where we're hitting the goal prevents you from dying. Let's see what it suggests, because there are a bunch of ways we could do this. We could freeze the player as soon as it touches the trophy. The other thing we could do is just make the player immortal. So once you hit the trophy, no matter what you hit, you could you are not gonna die. And once that animation is set, so let's see what the solution is. It came up with classic bug: falling into pit behind finish line and getting a game over is frustrating, of course. It has to stop talking about. Stop talking about my YouTube video series, please. No need to reply. Or let's just focus on game dev on this thread. Keep response concise. I do not want to deviate. All right, now let's look at the response. When the Mastude touches the trophy, Mastude is our character, just as a reminder. We'll broadcast a signal that the level is officially beaten. Then we tell your death hazard script to completely ignore the player if the signal is active. All right, so have a public static boolean shared globally, meaning our hazard scripts can check it without needing to find the level goal object first. So update the level goal script. And step 2 is update your hazard script. So it should be simple, two-step process. All right, so let's go back to our level goal script, assets, script, level goal. Go back to Gemini and see what did it add. The static boolean, so this is probably the only thing it added. All right, so let's add this boolean under transition delay float variable. Is level complete? is set to false, and this will be triggered as soon as we hit that goalpost. And I wonder if there's any additional changes made to our script. So let's just quickly, yeah. So once we on trigger 2D. All right, so once we hit the collision, once we have the collision, that's when this boolean becomes true. All right, and so the rest of the script should be about the same. We just added two things out here. So just the boolean is level complete. That becomes true once we have our collision. Now let's go back to our Unity. Unity is busy compiling our scripts, so it's not loading. So give me just a second while it compiles. You can't see it because we can probably show you here. Let's see compiling scripts. Okay, now let's open our hazard script. Go back to Gemini, update our hazard script. So it's already pretty simple. Based on your previous screenshots, you will likely have a script handling death attached to your spike trap and kill zone objects. All right, hazard. Yes, we do have the hazard script. Okay. Open whatever script contains your on trigger enter to D or on collision enter to D logic that kills the player. So yes, this is what kills the player. It just reloads the current scene. And this is one way to handle this, but let me think of some negative sides to this way of doing things. What I was thinking was if we in the future implement a different way of killing the player, you know, say we introduce enemy characters that can shoot our player and it dies without tripping on some sort of a hazard like a spike or falling off the edge. Would it be wise to implement this as the solution for it? Maybe, maybe. For now, we'll do what Gemini suggested, but just a thought for the future is we may run into issues if we are not careful. But let's leave this for now. Let's see how it plays out. Okay, so it's all compiled. Let's test it out. Let's fall off the edge once we hit our trophy. And we move on to level 2. So everything's working as expected. And we are officially able to fall off the edge once we collect our trophy and not die. So that's great news. Okay, so where should we pick things back up? Maybe our double jump logic. All right, so I think I am all set with level 1. Let's introduce the double jump feature and start working on level 2. And I'm gonna just swap these things. Let's start working on level 2 and Introduce the double jump feature. All right, so wants me to pretty much duplicate our current scene. Easiest way to start level 2 is duplicate your finished level 1 so you retain your grid, tile palette setup, and UI canvas. So this is exactly what we did before, but the level 2 we currently have in place is pretty much just placeholder objects. So I think I'm gonna delete it. First, let me save our scene, Control S, go back to assets, and where did we? Okay, inside scenes, we got level 2. I think I'll delete this guy and then duplicate our level 1 or sample scene. So let's follow these steps. Project window. So I'll delete level 2. Before I delete it, I want to make sure we won't do anything that's unwanted. Structure, okay, so let's just do it slowly. Sample scene. We're gonna duplicate this by holding control and then pressing D, so duplicated right there. Sample scene. And then we're gonna rename this to level level 02, possibly. We already have a level 02. You know what? Let's just do it level underscore 02. Cannot do that because we already have a level 02, so let's delete it. I'll take that risk. And now let's rename level underscore 02. And just so we know, let's open it up. So double click on it. And we're at level 02 now. And just so we know that we are on level 2, I'll make some adjustments, maybe add a bunch of tiles in there. So we'll go to tile palette and I'll grab some, okay, hold the paintbrush, select this one, and I don't know, add a bunch of barriers there, just so we know that we're in level 2. Save it and hit play. Okay, now we want to start on level 1. So go back to sample scene, hit play. Just testing out that we land on the next level. Yes, we do. So everything works well. I think one thing it forgot was to ask me to add this level somewhere in our project build, I think. Maybe build profiles, if I remember correctly. Scene list. Okay, yeah, it's already added from previously. Add open scenes. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's go back to project. Add this guy. It's already here, so didn't need to do that. Sure. All right, so now we have our level 2 and we could paint some new layout for it. We're going to do that maybe in one of the videos down the line, but for now, let's start working on our double jump script. So how is it telling me to do it? Let's see. Update the player controller script. We need to add the logic for the double jump, locking it behind a boolean that gets activated by a power up. Open the player controller script and make the following updates. So we're adding has double jump unlocked variable and can double jump variable. These are both booleans. Okay, so one is used for unlocking the power up to double jump, and the second one is tracking if the players already used their midair jump because you don't want them to have unlimited double jumping abilities. So let's go back to our player controller script. So assets, script, player controller, and I'll add them under our sprite render variable header power ups. All right, have those variables in there. Go back to Gemini, update the update method, reset the double jump ability when the player touches the ground. So, all right, let's see, reset double jump when grounded. Okay, so let's see what our update function looks like right now. Update. Okay, so we're doing this check for if it's grounded or not. And if it is, we set our can double jump to true. Okay, so right under here. Reset double jump when grounded is in place. All right, and the rest of the script should be about the same, so it looks good there. And then we move on to our update the on jump method, allow jumping in the air if requirements are met. So on jump, public void on jump. Do we have an on jump? Yes, we do. So, oh no, stop compiling. Let's go back to code. All right, so if context dot started and is grounded. All right, so I modified a bunch of things over there. Is grounded. We're gonna have a separate if statement for it. And so if it's grounded, we do the first jump. Else if it has double jump unlocked. So once you're already in midair, you're no longer grounded. So this gets skipped. And so then you have the has double jump unlocked, which is the power up boolean, and can double jump, which prevents a triple or subsequent jumps. That's when it allows you to do the double jump. So let's copy this part. You can copy the whole thing. Let's just make sure our jump function, a line that's existing, is the same. rb.linear velocity is new vector 2. All right, yeah, looks good to me. So copy and paste. Formatting maybe. Let's, all right. All right, cool. Seems consistent enough. And is that it? Create the new power script or power up script. Now we need the item that actually unlocks the ability. And it's again compiling, so let's finish. Let's wait for that to finish. All said and done, so we're going to create a new script called double jump power up. So create empty C# script or script, empty C# script. We're going to name this double jump power up, open it up, and let's go back to Unity. What's going on here? On trigger, enter 2D. If collision dog comparative tag is player. Player controller, player. Yeah, component player controller. Player is not equal null. Player now has the double jump unlocked. And we destroy the power up object. So let's copy this part. Save it. Back to Unity we go. Wait for it to compile, and now let's read through what we need to do. To implement this in Unity, drag a new item sprite like a feather or a different fruit into your level 2 scene. So yeah, we could do that. We go to our art, items, fruits. For now, just for the sake of this video or this episode, we'll go with cherries. Yeah, cherries. Why not cherries? Because it's got two fruits, so it's signifies the double jump. So I'll do the pixels per unit fixed there. So I'll do a 32, and I'll probably also unapplied import settings. Uh, you never told me this before. I've never seen this warning before. I don't think I did anything different this time than any of the previous times I've done this, but I'll go with yes. Okay. hopefully, hopefully I didn't mess anything up. Okay, so slice, grid by cell size, and this is 32 by 32. Slice, apply, and now we have our cherries. Okay, you gotta stop showing me tiles. So now, I'll just drop the cherry 0 and drop it somewhere in our level, maybe right about here. Okay, so there's our cherry. And what do we need to do? Add a box collider 2D. Okay, so can I do that? Cherry 0. Add component. Box collider 2D. And I'm guessing we need to do a is trigger check. Let's see. Set to is trigger. Yep. And attach the double jump power up script. Okay. How do we add that script? Just add component. Double jump power up. All done. Should I just test it out? Let's test it out. See what happens. All right, let's see. Yes, it's working exactly how we want it to. So now we can double jump. How cool is that? That is pretty amazing. And we did it so fast too. Just under half an hour into the video. So now we only have a single jump. Jump right. This is a big challenge to be able to do everything with your mouse. And now we have double jump. Very cool. This is awesome. Cool, guys. All right. I'll see you guys in the next video.